What's going on, everybody? You are watching Vikings Now by Chat Sports. My name is Patrick Siepman, and today we're going to be diving into the Jordan Addison situation. And we got information on why he was not out there with the Vikings offense for the first quarter, because this was a big shock. We had no reports, no indication that J.A. was not going to be with the starting offense during the first quarter. But after Kevin O'Connell, Jordan Addison, and Justin Jefferson commented after the game, we got a decent enough reason why he missed that first quarter. So break that down. Second half of today's show, though, more takeaways from the Week 5 win over the Cleveland Browns. Now, before we dive into it all, I do just want to take a quick second. I already thanked you guys during the postgame show, but I got to do it again because you guys are the best fans in the world, and we crossed over not only 63,000 subscribers during a watch party, but also 64,000. So shout out to all of you guys. I understand we ask you to subscribe to the channel a whole lot, but it really does help us out here. It goes a massively long way here on YouTube. You guys supporting the show. So I appreciate everybody that has hit that subscribe button so far. 64,000 subs. I took this channel over when we had just over 2,000. And the fact we're at 64K right now, honestly, sometimes it doesn't feel real. So I do want to say thank you guys so much. Everybody who's hit that subscribe button, shout out to you guys. All right, let's start off here with a tweet from Nuclear Dads. You may be saying, who the hell is Nuclear Dads? I don't have a good answer for you guys. But this guy tweeted this out yesterday at 3:11 p.m., so in the nighttime over there in London. And he said, Jordan Addison is missing in Europe. The team currently has no idea where he is at. You heard it here first. Now, obviously, I didn't want to put too much stock into this because I saw this about, right before the game, and I also saw it again halfway through the game, and I don't really think anything of it. But also, why would this guy just randomly tweet this? Like, this is not something that you just tweet out if you have no, indication or no, some type of sourcing to back this. Now, this guy could obviously just be trolling. He could just be messing around. But the fact that he tweeted this out yesterday at 3:11 when we had no reports of Addison possibly being benched for the first quarter, got to give some merit to it, at least just a little bit. Now, Kevin O'Connell, on his reasoning why Jordan Addison was benched during the first quarter, he said, Jordan Addison missed a walkthrough this week. Addison addressed the team about it. Now, he also said this week, so we don't know exactly what day of the week Addison missed this. Now, if we're going off that Nuclear Dad's tweet, maybe the Vikings had a walkthrough late at night, but also I kind of find that hard to believe that the Vikings had a walkthrough potentially at 10 o'clock at night. Maybe they did, and, I'm just overthinking this a little bit, but if I had to give my best guess would be maybe the Vikings had a curfew last night and Addison was maybe out on the town enjoying London a little too much and he lost track of time. But Addison also gave his comments. He talked in the locker room, said he wasn't certain how long he would be held out, and it initially had crossed his mind that he wouldn't play at all. He vowed to be ready when he did get on the field. So, obviously Addison, he knows he messed up here. Like, whatever it is, maybe it is just him missing a walkthrough, or maybe it's something else. Maybe he missed curfew, whatever it is. Like, Addison obviously knows he's in the wrong, but this is a guy with everything that has happened to him in the past, his own wrongdoing. Stuff like this just can't happen for him. Like, eventually you got to grow up. You got to mature a little bit. And Justin Jefferson, he commented as well. He said he had words with Jordan Addison after Addison missed a walkthrough that led to a one-quarter benching. Ultimately, Jefferson said he needs to do a better job of getting Addison under his wing and making sure his head is on straight. Now, first off, I will say, Justin Jefferson, just a perfect player and a perfect person. This is exactly what you would hope to have in a franchise and a face of the franchise player. Like, he is perfect on the field. He is the best wide receiver I've ever seen in my lifetime. He is also the complete opposite of a diva wide receiver. So him as a teammate, him as a person, him as a player, he's a 10 out of 10 when it comes to checking all of those boxes. But when it comes down to Jordan Addison, he needs to turn this around. Like, this can't keep happening. Like, we thought, you got past that 3-game suspension. You finally put that behind you. He had 114 yards this past week against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we finally thought, all right, Addison is going to turn that corner. He's going to turn a new leaf. He needs to turn it around. Now, I also will say, I hope all is good with Jordan Addison. Obviously, mental health is a huge problem in this country. And, maybe Addison is going through something right now. And, it can kind of lead him to not have his head on straight, like Jefferson was saying. But I just hope all is good with him because listen, he is just also too good to be doing this. Like, I watch this guy play football. I've watched every snap of his Vikings career so far. He is one of the best wide receiver twos I've ever seen. Like, in my opinion, he's right up there with T. Higgins. He's right up there with, Devontae Smith. He is a Class A wide receiver two in the National Football League, and he's too good to be doing this because if the Vikings would have lost this game to the Cleveland Browns, like, Addison would have been at fault a little bit. Like, yeah, dude, you were messing around. You weren't there for the first quarter. This team needs all the healthy bodies they can get. He can't keep doing this because also the offense, it hits another gear with number 3 in the fold. Like, when you have Justin Jefferson, when you have Kevin O'Connell, like, your floor for an offense is extremely high. Now, obviously, when the offensive line is healthy, that obviously helps it out as well. But when you add that mix in of Jordan Addison, that just means you can't give Jefferson all that attention. Like, teams will still do it, but then if you give Jefferson all that attention, like we saw late in the game, 3rd and 1, you hit Addison, Jordan Addison, game-winning touchdown. Like, this offense goes to another level. Now, I will say, even though, like, I am a little disappointed or concerned with Jordan Addison right now because this is just inexcusable. This can't be happening. I will give him credit, though. He turned it around in this game. Like, the fact with everything he went through, getting suspended or benched during the first quarter, the fact that he was able to do what he did on that last game-winning drive when the Vikings needed it the most, like, that's credit to him. So I'm not saying I'm concerned about Jordan Addison. Like, obviously, he's got some great people in his life around him. Like, his dad on Twitter, his dad seems like a great guy. He's incredibly active. Like, Jefferson, obviously taking him under his wing. He's a great guy to have, leading that wide receiver room. And obviously, you got Kevin O'Connell. Like, he should be able to get Jordan Addison's head on right. But he just needs to be better. He's got to sure up the whole off the field nonsense 100%. So I'm not fully concerned about Jordan Addison just yet, but I'm just going to chalk it up to let's believe Kevin O'Connell, let's believe Justin Jefferson. The guy just missed the walkthrough. Can't happen. Which also I will say about him missing a walkthrough. If you guys ever played travel sports growing up, like if you're traveling to a different city for soccer, basketball, football, whatever it may be, baseball, like normally when you're going to a different city, you're with your teammates, you're with your family the whole time. So how did Jordan Addison kind of just leak out and get somewhere else? Like, how did he get without the, not in the sights of his teammates? Like, that's pretty concerning, I would say. But you guys let me know. Are you concerned about Jordan Addison? Give me a Y for yes. Give me an N for no. Now, we'll dive into some takeaways here in a second. But today's episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Now, you and I make decisions every day. But on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. So don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks where it's good to be right. Now, if you guys download the Prize Picks app, plug in that promo code CLNS, we'll hook you guys up with $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks is the only app that offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. If you guys want more on Josh Allen's pass yards, rush yards, and touchdowns, you can pick all of them in the same lineup only on Prize Picks. And if you guys follow other Prize Picks players directly on the app and copy their lineups in one click, whether it's a friend, celebrity, or someone whose picks you like, hit the follow button and check out every lineup they create in the new feed tab on Prize Picks. Now, download the Prize Picks app today, plug in promo code CLNS, and we'll hook you guys up with $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's promo code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. But shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's show. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. All right, my number one takeaway from week 5, this guy right here, Kevin O'Connell. He's an absolute sicko. I think this was up there in terms of some of his best some of his best play calling as a Vikings head coach. He just dialed it up today. Like the Cam Akers Wildcat passing touchdown to Josh Oliver. Like you needed to kind of steal one of those touchdowns today, whether that was a trick play, which they, Wildcat with Cam Akers, I would chalk that up as a trick play, but that was a genius play call. Just getting Jefferson going in the quick passing game. I'd love to see that. Like 17 catches over the last 2 weeks for number 18. That's great stuff by Kevin O'Connell, but also even just getting Wentz some easy ones in that third or late in the third quarter, early in the fourth quarter, just kind of settle him in because Wentz was, even though I respect his toughness, and we'll dive into Wentz here in a little bit, but like he was struggling a lot throughout that game. So KOC's ability to get him settled in, get him some easy looks, you got to tip your cap to Kevin O'Connell. Considering all the noise he's heard, you got idiots like me who do YouTube videos calling him out saying, you got to run the ball more, you got to get more of a quick passing game. Like he shut a lot of that noise up. I thought this was one of his best play calling games as a Vikings head coach. And I know 21 points is not a whole lot, but you're going against a Browns defense that was pretty damn good without 4 starting offensive linemen, with Christian Darrisaw on a snap count late that game, without Van Ginkel, without Cashman, still without Aaron Jones. Jordan Mason got banged up, like a whole lot working against them, but Kevin O'Connell was able to get it done. And honestly, I take back what I said. The biggest reason why the Vikings won was because of number 18. Just thank you, Philadelphia Eagles. Thank you so much for drafting Jalen Reagor over him. Like, this franchise, we would not have won 13 games in 2022. We would not have won 14 games last year. We would not be 3-2 this year if we did not have number 18 out there on the football field. And I think if they're going back and just thinking about it, I think this was the second best game ever as a Minnesota Viking. I think number 1, you still got to chalk it up to that whatever week it was against the Buffalo Bills when he had that one-handed catch, one for 190 and 2 touchdowns. Like, obviously that was just, generational stuff. But this guy, what he did today, the catches he had were unbelievable. That one seam route catch, 3rd and long, just going up and mossing a guy. The fade route on the game-winning drive on Denzel Ward's head, one of the best corners in the league. And also, you feel this energy with him. Like, he was getting up today. He had a chip on his shoulder. He was talking smack. Like, I like seeing that fiery side of Justin Jefferson come out because it gets me ready to play. Like, I'm out here watching the game, across the world, and I'm looking at Jefferson. I'm like, Jefferson, I'm ready to go out there and play. I can't imagine what his teammates think when they're watching him out there making plays over and over again. And can we put to bed the Jamar Chase, Puka Nacua, who's the best wide receiver in the league? We have seen Jamar Chase with Jake Brown. He's not the same guy. We have seen, and Jamar's an all-time talent. I'm not trying to discredit Jamar here. This is more giving credit to number 18. But it doesn't matter if it's Jaron Hall, Josh Dobbs, Carson Wentz, J.J. McCarthy, Kirk Cousins, Sam Darnold. Like, think about how many quarterbacks he has caught passes from. This guy just walks out on the football field every single season, rips 1,500-yard years, got the most yards per game in NFL history. Just Justin Jefferson, thank you for being you and being the best wide receiver personally I've ever watched in my lifetime. And number 3 for me, the defense will get better. I understand. I already see it on Twitter and in the YouTube comment section. The run defense is a massive issue. Yada, yada, yada. And yes, it has been a massive issue. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. Like, Quinshon Judkins ran all over you today. 23 carries, 110 yards. That's not good enough. We also got reinforcements coming back after the bye. You got Andrew Van Ginkel. You got Blake Cashman. The Vikings have the second worst rush defensive success rate in the NFL without Van Ginkel and Cashman out there on the field. But with them, they're number 1. Like, they will get better. This defense, Hargrave, Allen, with these young defensive tackles taking steps every single week. Like, we saw Tyrion Ingram-Dawkins today get a sack. We saw Levi Drake Rodriguez have a good game. Jalen Redmond's just all over the football field. You got good play from your secondary. You just got to get your guys back. Like, you think about what's been killing the Vikings defense over the last 2 weeks. Quick passing game, run game. Well, that's Van Ginkel and Cashman. Because also with the quick passing game, the Gink 6, that lives in the head of opposing quarterbacks. Because if he's stunting on the line, he drops back. He's pretty much taking away a whole side of the football field. And same with Blake Cashman. Fantastic against the run. Fantastic in coverage. So, everybody, pump the brakes on the defense. You gave up 17 points today. Can we calm down a little bit? This unit will get better. You just got to get healthier. I think, honestly, the injuries, even though there are more injuries offensively, I think they've been more detrimental defensively just because it's your second and third best player on that side of the field. Like, Cashman's one of the most underrated guys in the league. Van Ginkel is one of the best guys in the league. They just need to get back, and this defense will get better. And I'll give Wentz a ton of credit. The dude's tough as nails. He was getting his shit rocked all game. He was taking big hits. He was staying strong in the pocket, though, and he delivered some strikes. Now, I will say, once his numbers on the day, Wentz should probably walk up to Justin Jefferson after the game and give him his game check because the numbers look way better than he actually did play. He threw for over 230 yards, 236, 1 touchdown to Addison. Now, we'll give him credit. The Jordan Addison throw, that was damn near all him. That was a perfectly placed football. Great play call and design from Kevin O'Connell. But this guy stood strong in the pocket. He hurt his left shoulder, and he just delivered over and over again in that fourth quarter. And you know what? Like I say, you should give a lot of credit to Justin Jefferson, but also he deserves credit for just throwing him the ball. Like, you got the best receiver. You got the best weapon in the game. You should be throwing the ball almost every single time. So, Wentz, I will give you credit. I have been very critical of this guy, but when plays needed to be made, he made them. So, I just got to tip my cap to number 11. Dude's tough as nails, and he really saved the season today. Because the Vikings, if you would have lost this game, and you would have dropped to 2-3, coming off a loss against the Cleveland Browns, and you got the Philadelphia Eagles, Super Bowl champs, rolling into your building, like the season would probably be all but over. And it's still going to be an uphill battle to make the playoffs with how tough this schedule is coming out of the bye. But now you get a bye week, you can reset, which I'll tell you what, I don't know who needs a bye week more. Is it the players or is it the fans? Because the fans have gone through a whole lot for the first 5 weeks. Obviously, I'm kidding. The players, deserve it a lot more. But in all seriousness, like, you will have Philadelphia coming to your building after the bye. They should get right. But that season, like, it was saved today. That fourth quarter drive by Wentz, if the Vikings go on to do anything this year, that's going to be a moment in the season I look back on and be like, that turned the tide. Like, that was the play where I'm starting to say, like, yeah, maybe this team does have a little more. Maybe this team has a little more left in the tank. I still don't even know who the 2025 Minnesota Vikings are with all the injuries. They got to get healthy. Now, thankfully, none of these are season-ending. Like, we're going to get a lot of these guys back. But I thought it was just a great game today. And if you guys made it to the end, Vikes are back above 500. Just hit me with a skull down below in the comments section. Good time to be a Vikings fan. I'll tell you what, my heart rate, everything was jumping during that game. And, you got to win. You're 3-2. We'll take it. If I also would have told you guys all the injuries, just everything that went down during the first 5 weeks of the season, I would have still said, hey, we'll still be 3-2 heading into Philadelphia. I'm sure a lot of us would have taken it. So if you guys made it to the end, give me a skull down below. And also, thank you guys so much again for hitting that subscribe button. You guys are the best fans in the world. I'm not just saying it. I am greatly appreciative of all of you guys that watch this show. So shout out to all the real ones. We'll see you guys next time. Skull Vikes.